Is it time to reimagine your future? The right business skills may make a difference in your career. At Capella University, we offer a relevant education that's designed to focus on what you need to know in the business world. We'll teach professional skills to help you pursue your goals, like business management, strategic planning, and effective communication. And you can apply these skills right away. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
What is up, Los Angeles, and welcome back to your Rams LAFB show. I am your host, Ryan Anderson, right here on the LAFB network. The Rams suffered one of their most significant defensive setbacks of the season with Quentin Lake's elbow injury. They have also added outside linebacker Jesse Luketa today. Stories aren't the same. Luketa is not a replacement for Lake, but it's interesting that they make this move after getting the news about Lake's injury. So let's break down what the injury means, who will fill the void, and what Luketa actually brings to this roster. Lake went out against the Seattle Seahawks partway through early on before halftime and did not come back with a serious elbow injury. McVay confirmed that surgery is possible, and that would be season-ending surgery. Injury reserve is imminent. He won't be playing. One or the other is going to happen. He's either going on injury reserve or surgery. This week is certainly out. He won't be playing against the Bucs. McVay didn't hold back about Lake. He says, you don't replace Quentin Lake. It would be insincere to think anybody can do the things he's capable of. It is obviously a big one for them. He plays 100% of the snaps so far, and he is their main slot cornerback. So he takes up a huge role. He also allows this team to play in their preferred setup on defense, their preferred scheme, dime defense. They play that on 33.5% of their snaps. It's the highest in the NFL. Interestingly enough, he has 0 targets in dime coverage, even though he's played 158 snaps. Not a single throw his way. He's contributed 61 tackles, 10 pass breakups, and 3 impact turnovers. He's been a part of those turnovers. So who's going to come in for him? They've got several guys that you can consider for the role. I imagine it's going to be something of a committee. I don't think they're going to stick with any one player. But obviously Cam Curl, Cam Kinchins, and Jalen McCullough, those safeties, been really impressed with those guys. Obviously creating turnovers last week against Seattle was huge for the team. And they've played lights out all year long. Do they take one of those guys, one of those high performing safeties, and move him into the slot cornerback? That's something to watch for. Now, when he went out, Josh Wallace, former UDFA out of Michigan, came in and played very well in that position. Do they continue to go with that, or do they go with Roger McCreary? That's the big question. Roger McCreary was added shortly before the trade deadline and has not seen the field other than on special teams. So it's a curious question there, why they went with Josh Wallace. Although he played well, why McCreary on this team if they're not going to play him? Obviously, they need depth at the position, especially now with Quentin Lake missing time. Perhaps the rest of the season, they're going to have both Wallace and McCreary on the field. But this secondary, once thought of as perhaps the weakest link on this team, is now playing at a very high rate. Chris Shula has to take a lot of credit for that as well. He has been deploying these guys in a really fantastic way. He set them up for success, playing a lot of cover 4 and cover 2 against the very explosive Seattle team. And that takes away a lot of those deep passes. And that really contributed to the success of the team coming out with a win in that game. So I think it's going to be a true patchwork. You're not replacing with one guy. It's probably going to be 5 of these guys. I would throw Kobe Durant into that mix as well. But the outside cornerbacks also are very thin with Ahkello Witherspoon out. You really just have 3 guys at that position as well. So that will be something interesting to watch when they take on the Bucs. Now, Jesse Luketa joins the team. Jordan Schultz first reported that That's also a thin position on defense. It's kind of incredible now with these injuries to the cornerback room / safety room, and now what they face with the outside linebackers. Obviously, you got Byron Young and Jared Verse taking the lion's share of snaps. They're actually playing the 4th and 5th most snaps at the position. So they are among guys like Max Crosby up there playing 609 snaps, TJ Watt playing 584 snaps, Brian Burns 582, Aiden Hutchinson 579. Then you got Verse with 546 and Young with 541. So the guys behind them, they have Nick Hampton, who's played just about 11% of snaps. And you've got Josiah Stewart, who's played 34% of snaps. So they're relying heavily on those top 2 guys, obviously, with Josiah Stewart, a really good story as a rookie, making an impact on the defensive line. Really, really great to see that, obviously. Nobody on the practice squad at the position. Keir Thomas is on IR, so that's another guy. So obviously, this guy might have a chance to see some playing time. If he's elevated from the practice squad to the active roster, that'll be a good sign. He'll probably play a lot on special teams, but I would not be surprised to see him in there to see if he can get some juice in the pass rush. He's also been an interesting guy from a coverage perspective. Just 62% of completions allowed, 1 TD allowed, solid in short zones, hook, curl, and buzz routes, limited but improving in awareness. So obviously, he's not a replacement for Lake. He's not going to be covering the slot, but that is something that the Rams ask a lot of their outside linebackers to play in coverage quite a bit, especially with all these some simulated pressures that Chris Shula likes to win. But he's kind of an intriguing pass rusher last year, which was cut short due to a thigh injury. He had 3 sacks, 18 tackles, 7 pressures, and 1 forced fumble. So 3 sacks on 7 pressures. He's got that nose for the quarterback. Again, I don't expect him to see a large snap share right off the bat, but obviously he's got a chance to play. So more slot. He actually did play some snaps in the slot and as well as in the box as well. But 40% of his snaps were as a pass rusher, obviously his most productive area. So he's not going to replace Quentin Lake, obviously, completely different position. But it's interesting that the Rams went in this direction after hearing this injury news. So they must feel pretty good about what they have in the secondary so far. Maybe they're waiting until Wednesday when we hear more about Quentin Lake's injury. But you got to think of this as a kind of a stabilizing move for that defensive line that are relying so heavily on those top 2 guys, as well as Josiah Stewart. And perhaps he could be a guy that will unseat another depth player at the position and in Nick Hampton. It's all possible. And it looks like a good move so far. So here's the bottom line. The Rams didn't sign Luketa to replace Quentin Lake because nobody can. Instead, they're bracing for a major shift in the secondary. Are they going to be able to play the dime package as much as they have? It's, almost 35% of their defense. And are they trying to add more pass rush juice where Nick Hampton has not been able to produce that much? So please be sure to check out all of our articles. I've got a whole article about this over on the LAFB network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are not yet, Rams LAFB. Not only that, but you should definitely check out the sponsor for the show, Sleeper Fantasy. They have been our sponsor all season long. Use code Rams LAFB to get $100. If you put $100 in, they're going to give you $100. And if you put $5 in, they're going to give you $5. And what else? Well, free $20. No deposit necessary. Just sign up and you get free $20. Go play their daily pick'em fantasy. You can pick from 2 to 8 players. It's a fantastic time. It's really a lot of fun. And you get a chance to meet other people. You can play with your friends. You can meet new and other Rams fans, but it is a really good time. Sleeper Fantasy is the fastest growing daily fantasy site in the world, probably just nationally, but let's say the world. But guys, I appreciate you as always. Keep an eye out for those adjustments without Quentin Lake on the field, and we'll see if Luketa gets a chance to make his mark against the Buccaneers coming up this Sunday night.